Hi there, I'm Kate McGovern with Kate McGovern Life Coaching, and I am so glad that you stopped by today because I have a real life testimony of my wonderful client, Sally Daly. Sally, thank you so much for being here today.
You're so welcome.
And I'm just so excited for you to hear Sally's testimony of what it was like going into a life coaching journey with me, and for anyone who's coming to this site to understand what that's actually really like. So Sally, I would just like to ask you, what was life coaching like for you? You really didn't know about life coaching before you started, and so share a little bit about what that was like for you.
I'd love to. Well, Kate, honestly, I knew you, more acquaintance, but it was a win-win. You wanted to help someone, and we had a mutual friend that put us together, and I wanted to, having been married, I believe at that point about 32 years, I wanted to improve how I treated my husband. I feel like I'm a very busy woman. I've always been career driven. We've been busy raising a child. We are now back to ourselves again. And I remember my mother telling me the transition and talking to our mutual friend, she said, I want to put you in touch with Kate McGovern. She would be fantastic to talk with you. So Kate, I've got to tell you honestly, I've never been to a counselor, probably needed a lot of it. Never thought I did. Kate, the minute I walked into your space, I felt at home when I found that your approach was a Christian approach and definitely a practice that you live. I was 100% comfortable sharing anything confidential immediately. It was all centered on me, which I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
But you were a wonderful listener. You never interrupted, and you asked a lot of poignant questions that I don't know that I've ever asked myself. So it made me really stop and consider what you were saying, and you took what I said, you really heard me, and you gave me directives, just very simple, concrete directives. And you had coached me on putting it down in writing, so I had a way to reflect. And I began practicing it, kind of using my husband as a guinea pig.
Yeah.
And at first I could just tell he loved it, but it wasn't what he was expecting.
Right.
So it took getting into a pattern, and finally I shared with him like 3 or 4 times in what I was doing, because I didn't want the pressure before. And maybe he was expecting something totally different. But very much you took my personality and what you knew of our relationship to heart and into perspective, and gave me wonderful, easy directives that I could practice and apply. And so I was actually sad when our sessions were over.
Yeah, me too, Sally.
And you're wonderful, and I have recommended you to several people that I know had really pure hearts and needed help. So I've been kind of sacred with you, Kate. I really have. And I just shared you with a lovely client and friend of mine just 2 weeks ago that is having some profound things with her daughter.
Sure.
So I'm hoping you two will come together, and I think it will be a dynamic union because she reminds me very much of you.
Great. If I could, Sally, I just have to say this. One of the things that Sally really had an aha moment about, and that is when I had asked her the question, what was it like for her husband to be married to her? And that is really when the new perspective came in, and she could begin to see what that really looked like, which became really the energy for change, Sally, for you to begin to step into that. So what would you have to say, Sally, are the results of actually going through the coaching journey?
Exactly what you just said. Stepping out of my pattern, which we think we've made alterations and changes, but not that much.
Right.
That was the real eye-opener my entire life. I think I live that way, and I try to treat all my relationships and clients the same way, but I wasn't treating my husband the same way, and I just had fallen into a lazy pattern, and he is so lovely and so accepting. He just allowed it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't fair to him. And not that he was distressed. I don't think he realized it until things started changing for the better again. And it was kind of, he said several times, it's just like how when we met. each other.
Isn't that wonderful? So your marriage is now when you met?
100%.
100%.
I don't know if it's ever been 100% cake, but it is. And I reflect back. I mean, I just thought the other day about it because, you know, we used to giggle and laugh about the silliest things, and that had kind of gone away on my part because I've taken too much on in my life and not included him at the top of that list.
Right. Well, Sally, thank you so much.
I so appreciate it, Kay.
Yeah, and I just have to say to, you know, those who are stopping by to watch this video today, you know, when we can get some new perspectives in life and we break some old habits and patterns and ways of thinking, it can change our world.
Absolutely. It really can. And it's not steps that anyone should fear, and that they relate back to just some biblical situations you gave me. Yes, were lovely and very profound.
Yes. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by. We hope this blesses you.
Thank you, Kay.
Thanks, Sally.